Ladies and gentlemen, Eddie Marcus here again. I want to take a moment to address a concern that I'm sure most of us who have family, that includes children, we're concerned about some of the things that they do. Right now, they're talking about the drug, fentanyl, that so many kids are getting their hands on, and it's so detrimental to them. We talk about these kinds of things. It has been going on for quite some time now. I know for through the 60s up through now, we're talking about every kind of drug or this or that. And we have been, at different periods of time, arresting people, putting people in jail. And I want to say that when we look at drugs and the things that we're referencing here, which includes alcohol and marijuana, etc., if we really want to deal with it, I'm sure attention has been given to the causes of it, why it exists. I'm sure that has been done. You could never think about trying to fix a problem not knowing how the problem started. But I don't know how it started, but I do know that it exists for three reasons. Three reasons that people do alcohol or whatever kind of drug, LSD, crack, you name it, cocaine, acid, whatever, marijuana. Three reasons. One of those reasons is recreation. Now, many people are familiar with that because many of you, have used it just for recreation, and that was it. Now, there are others who use it as an escape, going through changes, problems, and this temporarily gives them some relief. I'm sure we'd all agree with that. Many of us have done it for that. How many times have you exchanged, your regular values to engage yourself in something that people put down? Well, we all do it at one time or another, maybe if not drugs, something else. But the main reason right about now that the dangers occur, the main force that's moving is not so much that it's recreational, though it is. Not so much that it's a crutch, though it is, but because it's a money making operation. And when it's a money making operation, money is spent to engage people in it, to introduce it to people, to make it available to people. Money operation. Money. Money. Now, how can you satisfy these particular reasons? One, the recreation. The only way you can change that is take us back before we knew it, when fun was just straight up fun. And that can possibly be again when the other things happen in life that gives you and causes pure pressure. Yeah, it's possible that we can put the alcohol down. It's possible that we can put all the drugs down that we use for recreation. But it got to be because something else is happening. And I think it would be different for different people, because there was a time before and you were really, really all right. So that is something that you, the individual, have to determine. Now, the other, for depression, for pain and suffering, well, usually that's because people are not satisfied with their lives. Not satisfied with their lives. Their dreams aren't happening. They're having problems at every walk of life. Too much, it appears to them, to bear. And so they just hit it. Do this, just temporary, go to sleep. Pretend like they're in a different world. Just don't care. Wait. And if you're going to deal with this situation, you have to change that which brings so much pain to the lives of people who find this as a crutch. And the things that they're engaged in that bothers them, so the same things that everybody faces in life. It's just that some people got the wherewithal to deal with it. Some people got better means, and some people got very few means or no means. And so if we want to deal with this, we got to think about this. We got to think about those things that are basic human rights for all people. That is, number one, that they got a career, a job. They got a number one thing is career and a job. Now, this might not seem like it's the number one of all the importance of things, but it might be, because it takes, for everything that you need, food, clothing, shelter, education, health care, transportation, any other thing that you need, all of this stuff has got to be created. It's got to be built. And in order for it to be built, it's going to take the people, the workers. And the best workers are those workers that love those specifics. And those are the ones that should be doing those jobs. And anything that they lack as far as education or training should be made available to them, unlimited, unrestricted. Why? Because it answers itself. These people are going to be making stuff that got to be good, stuff that got to last. So they got to have the best education they can get. And, since I'm saying that, throw in that health care. We got to have the best healthcare system. We don't have time to be treating people just to be treating people, because now we are learning that we are here to do the things, to engage ourselves, to use the resources that have been given, to create and manifest those things that we want and need and desire for us. What the hell did this money thing come from? Somebody started telling you somebody, when they talked about bartering, and then they find different ways that you can't barter now, so we got a lot of stuff we want to get, and our bonds keep running over, so let's make a substitute for that. No, that's just old con game. That's a con game to rip people off just like they doing. The bonds overflow. Well, what's the difference between a bond overflow and the richest man in the country? Isn't it the same thing? People are still suffering. Why is this bond overflowing? I guarantee you, whatever's in that bond, it came out of some lying or some conning and cheating. It didn't come out of them working their hands to create it. Somebody else did, though. They getting the rewards. While somebody else is over here sleeping in a tent in the snow. Now, my friends, we got to stop that stuff. And it's not going to be stopped by politicians. It's not going to be stopped by white people or black people. It's going to be stopped by all of us agreeing that we want that stuff to stop. First of all, we don't pay no more money for drugs. We don't want to be dealing with problems with our psychology, anything, dealing with drugs. We want a life that comes because we are important, because we are somebody, because we are playing a role, all of us, in this game together, and we're making things happen so we can all be happy. And then once we're all happy, we might be surprised. We might not be thinking about smoking a joint. We might not be thinking about taking a drink. Why? Because we're having too much fun not doing it. We'll realize that drinking give you a bellyache, and a headache. We'll realize that smoking puts you to sleep. You're missing something. So we got to make these changes, ladies and gentlemen. Stop expecting somebody else to make them for us. They're not going to be made for us. And we might have to start doing it individually until it becomes a collective. But it's going to take us, we the people. Till next time, I'm going to let you go. This is Eddie Marcus saying thank you so very much for this. Goodbye.